In 1991, at the age of 19, I had just signed a lease for my first solo apartment. Fresh from receiving the first paycheck from my new job at a theater pub, I decided to make my first deposit using an ATM instead of walking into the bank as I had always done. It felt like a small leap into adulthood. 2 weeks later, I received my bank statement in the mail and felt my heart drop to my stomach. The statement showed I had only $1.87 in my account. That couldn't be right. I should have had at least $200. Panic set in as I realized how close I had come to bouncing my very first rent check. I was literally reaching for the phone to call the bank when it rang on its own. It was the police, asking if my ATM card had been stolen. I checked my wallet, and sure enough, the card was missing. Working at the theater pub meant I often dealt in cash tips, so I hadn't noticed the card's absence. I explained my situation to the officer, mentioning the missing $200 from my account. "Well, we've got your card and your $200, so come down to the police station," the officer said. I was confused. How could they have both my card and the money? It didn't make sense, but I headed down to the station. At the police station, a detective explained the bizarre sequence of events. Someone we'll call Bob had pulled into the ATM after me and noticed a man acting suspiciously, moving back and forth as if trying to dodge the camera. This man had then sped off, leaving the ATM in a hurry. When Bob used the ATM, he noticed a card had popped out. Assuming it was his, he withdrew $200, but then realized it was my card, not his own. He withdrew the money from my account, not his. Realizing the mix-up, Bob took my card and the cash to the police and reported the attempted theft. The detective provided a description of the suspect, a man about 5'7", with brown hair and round gold-rimmed glasses. I was stunned as it dawned on me he was describing me. I had never deposited a check at an ATM before and had been nervously following the screen's instructions, stepping back and forth as I filled out the deposit envelope and entered the amount. In my haste, I had forgotten to retrieve my card and drove away at high speed because, well, I was 19 and always drove like that. Realizing I was the crook in the story, I decided it was best not to mention it to the detective. I just thanked him and left, with the money I had unknowingly stolen from myself. Somewhere in a box in my closet, I still have the police report where I'm listed as both the victim and the perpetrator of my own crime.